Rangers are heading into a defining summer, and this latest twist has just added another unexpected name back into the equation. Let's break this down in today's video. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. At a time when Rangers are preparing for a major rebuild, a surprise return is now on the cards. Defender Clinton Nsiala is set to rejoin the squad after failing to secure a permanent move with Westerlo, throwing his future firmly back into the spotlight. This is where things get interesting. Under Danny Roll, Rangers have undergone a dramatic transformation. When he arrived, the club was staring at a daunting 13-point gap behind Hearts. Fast forward to now, and that deficit has been slashed to just 1 point, heading into the crucial post-split fixtures. It's a turnaround that has not only reignited a title race, but also raised expectations heading into the summer. And make no mistake, this will be a busy window. Backed by the financial muscle of 49ers Enterprises, Roll is expected to reshape the squad in his image. But before any big-name arrivals, attention has turned to a group of returning loanees, players fighting to prove they still belong at Ibrox. Nsiala is right at the centre of that conversation. His spell in Belgium simply hasn't gone to plan. Just 3 league starts, a red card setback, and no appearances since. Hardly the convincing audition needed to secure a permanent deal. Yet despite that, Rangers are not giving up on him just yet. Why? Because the raw potential is still there. At just 22 years old, under contract until 2028, and previously developed at AC Milan, Nsiala was once viewed as a long-term investment. A former France youth international, he still has time on his side. But now comes the real test. Can he convince Roll? Pre-season could be make or break, with reports suggesting he was previously discarded under Russell Martin. This is effectively a clean slate, a fresh opportunity, a second chance. But not everyone will get one. There are exits looming too. Ben Davies, currently on loan at Oxford United, is expected to leave permanently when his contract expires. Meanwhile, young defender Leon King, who has featured regularly on loan at R United, is also set to depart with no new deal on the table. So, while some doors are closing, Nsiala's is unexpectedly reopening, and that's what makes this such a compelling twist. In a summer where Rangers will be chasing silverware, rebuilding depth, and backing a manager who's already exceeded expectations, every decision matters. Nsiala's return may not have been part of the original plan, but it now presents a fascinating subplot. A forgotten defender, a failed loan, a second chance under a rising manager. The question is simple: will he take it? In other news, speculation is beginning to gather pace around Nicholas Raskin, with the midfielder's recent form for Rangers and the Belgium national team placing him firmly in the spotlight ahead of the summer transfer window. What once felt like distant interest is now evolving into a far more tangible narrative, driven by performances that are becoming increasingly difficult for potential suitors to ignore. The latest reminder of his growing influence arrived at Falkirk, where Rangers produced a stunning turnaround to defeat Falkirk 6-3. Trailing 2-0 in the first half, the visitors looked disjointed and vulnerable, yet the second half response was emphatic. At the heart of that revival was Raskin, who not only found the net with a crucial goal, but also contributed an assist, dictating the tempo as Rangers overwhelmed their opponents. It was the type of all-action midfield display that has increasingly defined Raskin's game. Once Rangers found their rhythm, he became the driving force, linking play, pressing aggressively, and showing composure in decisive moments. His ability to impact the game in multiple phases has not gone unnoticed, and former manager Ian McCall believes it is only a matter of time before serious offers arrive. Speaking on BBC Radio Scotland, McCall highlighted how Raskin's international exposure has elevated his profile, making him a natural target for clubs across Europe. He also referenced comments from Billy Dodds, who has long argued that deploying Raskin in a more advanced role allows him to influence matches more directly. That viewpoint was vindicated against Falkirk, particularly with the timing and importance of his goal. Beyond the numbers, what continues to stand out is Raskin's completeness as a midfielder. Despite not possessing imposing physical stature, he combines strength with intelligence, competing effectively in duels, and even excelling aerially. It is a rare blend that allows him to operate across multiple roles, whether shielding the defense, driving forward with the ball, or contributing in the final third. As McCall succinctly put it, he is a player capable of doing just about every job in the middle of the pitch. This rising reputation inevitably brings uncertainty for Rangers. Under the guidance of Danny Röhl, Raskin has become a central figure, and any potential departure would represent a significant disruption. The club, however, are not in an immediately vulnerable position. With 2 years remaining on his contract, they retain a degree of control over his future and are under no pressure to sell at a reduced price this summer. That said, timing will be critical. Allowing Raskin's contract to run down further could diminish his market value, creating a dilemma that clubs in Rangers' position often face. Sell now and maximize profit, or retain a key asset in pursuit of on-field success, with the risk of reduced financial return later. Interest is unlikely to be in short supply. Turkish side Besiktas were linked with a move during the winter window, while clubs in the Premier League have previously been credited with monitoring his progress. Among them, Tottenham Hotspur were mentioned, and the intensity and pace of English football would appear well suited to Raskin's energetic style. For Rangers supporters, the situation is a familiar one. Talented players develop, attract attention, and eventually move on. The key lies in managing that process effectively, ensuring that departures happen at the right time for the right price, and with minimal disruption to the team's ambitions. In Raskin's case, there is a growing sense that one more season at Ibrox could represent the ideal scenario. It would allow him to continue his development, further enhance his value, and potentially help deliver success on the pitch before making the next step in his career. For the club, it would provide both stability and the opportunity to negotiate from a position of strength. What is clear is that Raskin's trajectory is pointing upwards. Performances like the one at Falkirk are no longer isolated flashes. They are becoming the norm. And as that consistency builds, so too will the inevitability of interest turning into concrete offers, setting the stage for a pivotal summer in his career. Ultimately, Rangers are approaching a defining crossroads with Nicholas Raskin. His rise from a promising talent to a complete influential midfielder has been rapid, and with that evolution comes the unavoidable reality of external interest intensifying. Performances like the one at Falkirk are not just match-winning contributions, they are statements reinforcing the idea that he is ready for the next level. For Rangers, the challenge lies in balancing ambition with pragmatism. Keeping Raskin ensures continuity, quality, and a genuine chance to build on current momentum. Selling, however, could bring in a significant fee that helps reshape the squad. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.